The stock of the day is brought to you by IG, Australia's #1 CFD provider. With over 17,000 markets and extended trading hours, turn US earnings season volatility into opportunity. Get started at IG.com.
And the stock of the day is Orica. So we're seeing shares making gains. Had a broker update today. Macquarie lifting its price target to $20.91 in anticipation of a stronger blasting business. It's rating Orica outperform, noting that earnings should be skewed toward the second half of the financial year. It also says it sees a potential buyback at the company's investor day on the 12th, so just in a couple of days. Orica says this investor day will have a focus on digital solutions for the business. And of course, this follows some news out of Orica just the other day. So I'll start with you, Mathan Somasundaram from Deep Data Analytics. What do you make of Orica?
Oh, look, I'm not going to go to the pun of explosive. It's a really good global business. It's a dominant player in its space. It's a high quality management. It's a tough business, but they do quite well. There is always talk about potential M&A on a global basis. The chemical sector is doing well. We like the sector. We are in Incitec Pivot, who's probably underperforming. Had a good run, it's coming off. It's got the fertilizer and the explosive play. This is predominantly explosives. I mean, I guess the next upgrade cycle is the remote control blowing stuff up. I love my blowing stuff up. And the whole outlook is pretty positive. The buyback makes sense. I don't think it's cheap. I don't think it's expensive. It's, compared to the market, it's cheap because the market's expensive. But look, I think this is a good player. I mean, if you're there, I think hold on. I think it looks pretty good. The result recently was pretty solid. The market was a bit worried. I think that's subsided now. So I think you're okay. I'm not seeing massive returns yet. Especially when you've got US worries weighing on global growth, that kind of plays into it, and China uncertainty, because at the end of the day, this is a pseudo mining services. So that's the negative part of it, but I think they're operating as good as they can in this environment. So it's a solid hold.
Okay. Now, buybacks, investors love buybacks, don't they?
Most of the time. Most of the time they do. I mean, it's not a stock we watch closely. And I didn't actually get it this morning for the call,
yeah,
so
that's fine.
But I think it was summed up perfectly. It's a solid hold.
Yeah.
We haven't got it on our hit list. It's not a stock we're looking to accumulate into weakness. We feel there are better ways to play the turnaround cyclical story, which is undoubtedly proportional to it. If you get a pickup in China, which we personally believe is starting to unfold, BHP was up this morning. The market struggles. You're seeing some of the miners start to find their feet, but hey, they've fallen a long way. Let's
so
not
you
get
would prefer to do it through direct investments in the miners. Somebody today was talking about BHP because we've seen Rio. We've seen iron ore prices holding up. All right, do you like Rio?
I put out a trading idea this morning, which in our Macro Monday report, which said if we see Fortescue test $15, the risk reward actually is quite good. But it's not, put things in perspective, that's the stock having halved. Okay, so the player there is we're saying the market is factoring in iron ore to go lower, and we feel like they're getting too negative on iron ore. And if iron ore stays right here, the yield on Fortescue would be quite supportive. So I would rather put less money into that turnaround story area and put it into more leveraged players like Fortescue than put money into Orica when I think there are better players, better defensive players with a high yield, than put that money into Orica. That's sort of the way to go.
Got it. Fortescue is trading at $15.72 as we speak, and that is the stock of the day.
The stock of the day was brought to you by IG. Turn volatility into opportunity this US earnings season with extended trading hours on over 110 key US shares. Get started at IG.com.